ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. A big effort by a little girl with a big heart going down this afternoon at Xavier's Lower School. For more on that, here's Charles Fisher.
The atmosphere at the Xavier's Lower School pool was full of energy and cheers as 11-year-old Layla Knowles made waves. 100 laps, a total of 2,500 meters, in the end raising $2,000 for the Bahamas AIDS Foundation.
I thought we would raise less than that, but I'm happy we could raise more.
3 male swimmers helping her along, and they had just as much joy.
It was a bit tiring, but I pushed through because I know it's for the children with AIDS and HIV.
She's a great person, and just with encouragement, you could do it.
It was a little tiring, but altogether it was good.
Lots of support at Xavier's for the swim, including President of the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, Lady Camille Barnett.
Her father is a volunteer at the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, and she started to ask more questions about the Bahamas AIDS Foundation and said, well, I'd like to help too, especially when she heard that he was working with some of the young kids. And she said, I want to find a way to help these young people as well too. And she used her natural talent. She's a gifted swimmer, and here we are today. I think it's just wonderful.
A good gesture by 11-year-old Layla Knowles, a young kid with a big heart. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
One sudden death match on the floor yesterday in the Providence Volleyball Association. The technicians and the basemen playing for the 4th and final playoff spot in the men's division. Julian Gibson was at the Donald Davis Gym.
Benson, the technicians won the first set. They lost the second set. They won the third set. And in the fourth set, they were trailing 16-12, but somehow they got the job done.
All that is just teamwork. We just kept fighting regardless what we was down or what we faced or what the refs was calling. It was just a good game.
It's never over these things, man. Once we play hard, they can't keep up with us. We got young dudes, we got chemistry, so we came out when we played hard and we came out on top.
We lost focus in that set. Our passing broke down horribly. The other team had momentum and they just rode that wave to that set. I told the guys after the set though that we just had to go back in and pass solid, let them make the errors. Once we get the ball, let's capitalize on it.
Now for the basement team, it was a disappointing loss, losing to the technicians.
We just couldn't break. Small things happened at the wrong time. And the better team, they came back. We had some medal laps going into that set. The guys just couldn't put it together.
The technicians will now face the defenders in the playoffs. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Julian Gibson.
Local track and field meets getting into full swing, and it's all in preparation for when the Bahamas host the Carifta Track and Field Championships Easter weekend at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium.
There are a number of plans to make sure that the games are really special, and we think that it's going to be a very successful game. So as our athletes are preparing now, we're making sure that all logistics are in place to make sure that we have a good game.
Still talking track and field, our Kelsey Johnson recently attended a training session for one of the country's younger clubs. She filed this report.
The word extreme could be frightening, but for young track and field athletes who are members of the Extreme Track Club, the daily workouts are all a part of their success.
We just here doing more development training with these kids, allowing them to grow into the sport of track and field, ensuring that they're having fun while they're training. This here is basically a stepping stone where we start like a platform to build into where we get our older and senior athletes from.
There aren't too many meets on the calendar for this age group, so head coach Keno Demerit knows just how to keep them coming back.
In our practice times, we try to have a lot more competitions amongst ourselves in terms of doing a lot of little 100s, 200s amongst one another, give them a little medals, so they can enjoy what they're doing and want to come out to practice, to keep them focused on track and field.
And when the going gets tough, the young and upcoming stars won't give in.
Thankfully, they like what they're doing, they're having a good time doing it and enjoying it, because like I said, we're trying here to allow these kids to have fun, not to put any pressure on them or to have, we don't want them to be bored. We want them to enjoy it so that they want to come back.
How many persons are in your Extreme Track Club?
Well, right now we have about 55 kids in the track club. Thank God we have been growing throughout the years, and we just appreciative of all the parents who allow us to coach their kids, you know, to allow the extreme athletics to grow.
You don't use the regular track. Why not? Why did you come out here at Windsor Park to train?
Well, we use Windsor Park mainly because this is an area close to our school, and basically we away from all the hassle and all the kids out to the stadium where we have a lot of little children, so we're not looking for them to get hurt, run over by some of the senior athletes. So we use this basically because we're out here by ourselves.
Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
The government secondary schools basketball playoffs right around the corner. In the junior boys division, the D.W. Davis Royals once again the team to beat. SC McPherson coach Chevy Simmons gave some insight on what needs to be done to dethrone the champs.
They're not as deep, but they are seasoned enough that they play together for 3 years and they know what they need to do. If we can get them in foul trouble, that'll be a good thing. We'll have to play zone with them in order for them to see if they can shoot the ball. But their press is what they go to, that's their go-to. If we can learn to break the press and get some points off it and get back in the zone, then we could change the game from their game to our game, so it'll be a cat and mouse type game.
After losing to the PJ Stingers on Friday, the University of the Bahamas Mingos took their frustrations out on the Vitamall Chargers on Saturday as Division I play in the New Providence Basketball Association continued at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. The Mingos won in blowout fashion 89-32. Kamsi Silvestri leading UB a double-double, 13 points and 11 rebounds. Christoph McKinsey added 12 points. Javaris McIntosh a double-double of his own, 11 points and 11 boards. Romero Cornish also in double figures with 10 points. For UB, it's all about striking a balance between the MPBA and their college schedule.
It's been good. I mean, this year we've played actually 10 international games, either in the U.S. or here, you know, and I think our guys have really gained a whole lot of exposure this year. We don't have any more trips planned for the remainder of this year, but we had a good run. Last trip we did 2 out of 3, and we really showed some poise and some improvement.
The JD Seafood Shockers think they have a chance to make some noise when postseason action rolls around in the MPBA, but Coach James Price says there is one setback that can hinder them.
Our problem is we have plenty of people that's working at night, and that is true, the chemistry off a little bit. It's the bigs, we have 3 of them working at night, so that has thrown our chemistry off, and it stopped us from being able to rebound and push the ball.
That will do it for sports. Stay tuned, the Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.